brothers. We are together for a long time in this project, especially in Italy, and all the time it was amazing. So for me, it's one big honor to stay again with you all and in this new project now in a new city, in Pordenone. And for me, it will be my pleasure again. So for you all are here, you need to know how I love your country. Italy for me is the most incredible country in the world, and me and my wife love a lot stay in your country. So for me, go to Italy to lecture and to travel again is all the time a very happy moment for me. So guys, welcome now. And like Martina and Stefano told me, the idea today is try to show you a little bit about the main contents that you will learn with us in my course. So the main content about my course, obviously, is composite resin veneers. But I'm not just one composite man. I am one dentistry lover. So I love about surgeries, I love about composite, I love about full rehabilitation, and how I do everything in my patients. In my course, I will talk not just about composite resin veneer with you. I will talking about how you use composite resin veneer together with different techniques to create and transform the best smile in your life. So our course is composed for 3 days. The first day will be one theoretical day. And I know that theoretical day sometimes is not so good, but the idea is do this day one of the best days in our course, because I will try to use simple words to help everybody understand the main things behind the technique. Because if you want to domain this technique about composite resin veneer, you need to understand the rules behind. But for one easy way, this is my idea, because I am a teacher, I know, but I am a clinical guy. So I like to show you one clinical way to understand everything behind. That's why now, Martina, I don't know, but the idea here, I think in show a little bit about my class, and for one fast way, I will try to show the students one part of my theoretical day to everybody try to understand what I will show during my course. Okay? Let me share my screen. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Vi ricordo, ragazzi, appunto di attivare i sottotitoli se avete bisogno. Trovate in basso, nella barra in basso, mostra sottotitoli, in modo da vedere la traduzione.
Everything is okay for you? The subtitles and everything?
I think so.
Okay. So let me share my screen now. First, I will share the video presentation for everybody feel welcome today and in this project, Stratify World Tour. And after that, I will show a little part of my class. Okay, guys, feel welcome. I stratify word 2. So now let me start my video. Okay. Let me see how I put this in full screen. Yes. Is this full screen for you, Martina?
Yes, yes, it's full screen.
Okay. So guys, feel welcome. I'll stratify word 2. Now I will try to show you in one simple and fast way a little bit about what we will discuss in our course about composite resume. And when we are talking about composite resume, everybody have the same question. The people believe that the composite pigment, fracture, losing, wear, and do not have a good longevity. And what do you think about? Is the question that I receive all the time. Guys, I believe that today, nowadays, we live in one amazing moment in dentistry. There is a lot of materials, a lot of techniques, different protocols, everything we need to domain this technique. Obviously, the most of the doctors want to understand the deep things, but sometimes the simple things is most important. That's why in this course, I will try to show you the simple things and put the simple things in one important space. Because for understand deep things, you need to understand simple things like adhesion, like composite, because the most of the doctors work with composite resin veneer in your days daily, but don't know well about this. And if you want to work with one material, you need to understand very well about this material, the properties, how you use this, how you select the true composite resin veneer for each step, for each layer. So the idea in this course is put it in your mind for you understand like never how you use this in your favor. And deep things like effective polymerization, like understand this content, that the brightness in the polish is not the same. The people understand that is the same, but there is not. So you need to understand. I will show you how you work this very important point in your favor with my own technique about this. And obviously, everybody needs study during your life to create more content. The idea in the end of my course is you asking yourself this question. Is really that composite pigment fracture lose, wear out, and do not have a good longevity, or us that need to master it a little bit better? This question is very important for me, and everybody needs to think about this. I will try to show you the smile architecture. We will talking about everything is important to change smile and not change teeth. Change teeth is very easy. Change smile, you need to understand different points. The relationship between lips, between gum architecture, between teeth, between other points. And the most important point for me that you need to understand and create one way to understand the psychological profile for your patient, to understand before you start to change your smiles. In my course, I will start with you showing some case. And during this case, I will show how I use the photographic protocol to simplify for us understand the case before it start. So I will show you my protocol photograph and how I read this, the rest position picture, the smile frontal position picture, how we take this and how we read the whole element in each picture to help me to create my plane very easy, very, very easy. Sometimes to create the best smile, it's not necessary use difficult points. Sometimes the simple are easier than we believe. We need just to understand one way to see these points and use this in our favor to help me directly to do it. And this point is very important for me. See the pictures. In this girl I proposed for this treatment began, like in the most of my cases, use the crown lengthening in my favor, because the crown lengthening is one of the most important frames for us. And sometimes we do just the tips, just the veneers, but we forget how the frames behind, before the crown lengthening is very, very important for me. So I plan my case, obviously, all the cases with one walks up plane to see how I will increase for the edge zone and how I will increase for the gum zone and put it in the same space. Use this information in my favor. A minute. And in this case, I decided to use the 6 composite resin veneer and 4 contact lens by CAD-CAM. And I will explain you in my course, because this explanation is very deep. I can't show you now because I need to explain point per point why in some case I use composite resin veneer for full elements. In some case, I decide to use ceramic veneers for full elements. And in some cases, like this, I decide to use one mix protocol using in the anterior elements, composite resin veneer, and posterior elements, I decide some cases like this to use crown lens by CAD-CAM. Now, I will show you very fast in my course. I will speak very deep in this moment. I will try, let me try to remove the faces here. 1 minute. How can I remove here? One minute, Martina.
What do you want to remove?
No, because your face, the Stefano face is in front of my presentation, so I can't see what I'm talking to you.
Okay,
Let me see if I can remove this.
You can remove the one. Puedes esconder.
Yes, I believe now it's true. Let me see. Yes, now it's good. Just Martina in front of me. Okay. So for start my presentation now, I will show you very easy, very fast, obviously, because to explain deep this point, we need time to do it. But now, just to understand my technique, my knowledge, I will show you now how I do my stratification in one very simple way. So here, there is one frontal view and one lateral view. After that, we will create one wax up to create the frames, né? How we will increase the edge, how we will increase the volume. After that, we need to transfer this information for the mouth. For that, we will use one palatal guide with one silicone. And in this palatal guide, we will cut this silicone in incisal buccal angle, because this angle, I will show you in my course how this angle, incisal buccal angle, is very, very, very important for me. And I will show you the main points and very deep points about this angle. Sometimes we see this angle and don't use in my favor. And in my course, I will show you how this angle can help you in everything you need to put your composite exactly where you need to put. So I will use this palatal guide to create my first layer. And my first layer is my palatal shell. And I will use one translucent composite to create my palatal shell. I like to use element per element because I prefer create one palatal shell very, very, very beautiful because the palatal shell is one of the most important frame to control my layers. I will use my palatal shell in my favorite too. So for me, palatal shell is one very important moment when you are stratification. So after that, I will use my dentine to create the body of my composite veneer, create my mamelons and everything inside. Sometimes I will use just one color to create my dentine layer, and the most of the case is enough. Sometimes we can work deeper, but in the most of the moments, I will show you how it's not necessary to do it. I did it during all my life. So I see that if you work well, one dentin layer, if you want enamel layer and one translucent layer, well, with one correct anatomic points, a correct volume, correct format, it's more than enough. It's not necessary work deep in stratification to find the best results. Obviously, everybody wants to increase day by day. That's why I will show deep techniques to do, obviously, when you want and when it's necessary, deep stratification too. But now I will show you one way to create one very simple stratification using just 3 composite veneers. The first layer will be your palatal shell. You use one translucent composite. The second layer will be your dentine. Use one composite with one opacity property, with one good thixotropy to help.
Não há nada na sua biblioteca de música.
Okay, is my computer speaking with me? I don't know why. And and after that, we will use one other composite to create your aloe. And this step in my hands-on is one very important moment because I will show you all one specific technique created by me, by myself, that we can create one incisal effect, very natural and very, very beautiful. And I love a lot this technique because we use one composite in one different way, and we'll create not just one aloe, like everybody, like one line. We'll create one very natural incisal zone. After that, I will show you how I use the translucent composite to evidentiate this effect for me, how kind of composite you can use for each step to control well this effect, exactly what you want to show in the end. And for finish, I will use one enamel layer. And my enamel layer, I use one different technique. That's why now you see very bad picture now, because I use the enamel layer very big, because I saw during my life that when we use the normal protocol, use one very small layer by enamel with one brush, after that a little bit more, and this way we will create in my last layer. I find a lot of bubbles in the end, and bubbles in the superficial layer is very, very bad for me. That's why I use one different protocol, and I will show you how we create one amazing layer with a very condensed layer without bubbles, but bigger than we need. And after that, we will remove this bulk volume with one anatomic reduction technique that I will show you, and is one of the most strong points of my course. I will show you how you use the burrs, how you use the disc, strong disc, fine disc, medium disc, blades. The blades, guys, for me, I know the blades you believe that you use just in surgeries, but no, I use blades every day in my life to create the best emergence profile, to create the best anatomic point, to create the best papillar emergence profile for your flaws. Don't get during you are used, and don't impact fully this point. Because the idea here, the idea in my course is not show you how create beautiful composite resin veneer. This is very easy. But the main idea is show you how create beautiful and very healthy composite that will help you in your health, to be beautiful for your life, not just for today. Okay, so there is a lot of specific and deep points that is behind the frontal zone that is very important to create, to pay attention, to understand how do, what you can do, what you need to do. So I will get the composite resin veneer and open your mind to understand very well every point you need to learn to domain this technique like you never imagined before. So we need to use strips, interproximal strips too, and one pen, one pencil to draw the formats to help you to remove this bulk volume and create your anatomic and format. To create this, I will show you in my course about primary the anatomic demarcation, the transition adds, and how you use the transition adds to create two areas, the flat area and the shadow area. And I will show you guys about light. Pay attention now in me. My course is about composite resin veneer, but I can say too that my course is about light, how the lights works when touch in our composite resin veneer. If you understand about the lights and how the lights work when touch in my composite resin veneer, you will be one specialization in optical points. And this is my idea, because I will show you how will you control the lights using one stratification technique, understand very well about the opacity points, about the translucent points, and about everything in optical parts to understand and control the lights exactly how you want. So you do it with one stratification technique, and you can control the light too with anatomic format, because the opacity, the translucency will impact your light reflection and absorbed light. But how you create your anatomic points will control and help you to control the lights too. And to create anatomic, beautiful, and natural composite resin veneer, you need to understand well about both of these points. And this is the main idea of my course, help you to understand how you use the lights in your favor. And for that, you need to create the transition edge, to create the flat area, shadow area, your incisal spaces. And I will show you how incisal space is very important to create natural elements too, because you help you to don't impact food in this area and show these elements very natural, like natural elements. The high inclination. And when you finish to create your primary anatomic, that for me is the most important point, you are prepared to create your secondary anatomic demarcation, to create one anatomic more more deep, anatomic, more with more personality. But to create secondary anatomic parts, you need to be prepared first in primary anatomic, because primary anatomic is most important. But obviously, each step, how more you go, more deep you go, more natural will be your case. But if you don't domain well the primary anatomic and want to create secondary anatomic, maybe after you finish, you see worst. So you need to understand well each step to use this to be better and not to be worse. Yeah? So in secondary anatomic, we will create my grooves, my vertical grooves, my horizontal grooves, and with this format, I will create one light, not one homogenic light, but one heterogenic light with movement. When the patient changes the position, the lights will do some movements, and the composite veneer will show for you very natural and attractive. And the tertiary anatomic, for finish your case, that we will create my micro textures, my horizontal macro texture, my vertical micro textures, and everything will help you in some points to see, to show natural, step by step, more and more natural. So if you are paying attention in me, you will see how there is a lot of points that we need to learn. That is not just about composite. The most of the doctors work with veneers and use dentine, enamel, translucent, and create one very simple format. But if you understand deeper about specific points, a lot of specific points with a lot of tips and tricks, you see how you are looking just for one point, and there is more than 100 points, and I will show you everything you need to understand like never about these very important points. So after that, we finish my format. But now my surface is not so good, and we will use one sequence for cups, discs, and some elements that I will show you the blends that I use in my cards, everything, a lot of different materials that you can use for help you to change the surface step by step, or find in the end one very fine surface prepared to receive the polish and the brightness. Because the brightness is very, very important to block my composite, because when you increase the energy in my superficial zone, the color can't change. So the composite resin never will change the color if you use all steps like you need to use, and in the end, you use one polish protocol to block this composite, and your color will maintain for a long time. And this is the idea. So after you polish your elements, you will see all incisal and internal stratification effects that you create to create your... And during my technique, I will show you during the course how you use some point to change not just the composite resin veneer and the teeth, but the main idea is change the feeling smile. For example, in this first picture, you are looking how many millimeters the patient expose in rest position, and how more elements this patient expose, younger, more sensuality this patient is showing you. And if you look for the last picture, you see how the smile, the second smile down, is more happy, because I will show you how you use some adjustments when you are playing your smile to change not just the victories in your teeth, but change your smile, the feeling of your smile. And this is the main point. Change smile, not change just teeth, just elements. Create with this transformation to one best over bite, one best over jet, to create my guides, to protect my elements after I finish this, because the guides and the occlusal adjustments is so important when you want not just to create, but to maintain this transformation for a long time. And for finish, obviously, do my end picture with my patients to share with my patients this picture, and my patient show for your friends, for your family, and I get, obviously, with this work more and more patients. Now I will show you very easy, very fast, one second case that I will show you in my course, in my theoretical day. And in this course, in this case, again, I will show you about the protocol photograph, how you see and how you read the rest position picture, the frontal smile picture in your favor to create the best plan for this patient. And I will show you how you will use your internal picture to read what there is and what you need to change to create one best composite resin cards. If you see now, this is one composite resin case, but look, it's not so good. A lot of very bad points. Excess in cervical zone, so the gum, the health of the gum is not so good, it's blending. The opacity in the frontal surface is not so good, it's very opacity, is not natural, the light reflection is very bad. So I will show you one technique to create not this, but one case, natural, beautiful, with one good emergence profile, good anatomic point. In this case, we propose again one crown lengthening. Doctors, I will talk a lot about crown lengthening because for me, the gum and the teeth working together. If you just see the teeth, you can't change smile. You are changed teeth. But the idea is show you how you use the gum, the lips, the elements, the teeth in your favor to change smile. So I will talk a lot about crown lengthening too for you. Maybe start to understand and do yourself your crown lengthening, or maybe to understand better and send for your friend, for other doctor, but guiding this doctor for do exactly what you want. The case is yours. You and me, we are like a maestro. We need to direct the things we need to create for change my case. The case is mine. So I will use now, again, some rules that I will show you in my course to understand how you create this crown lengthening for change the zenith points and change the feelings too. The feelings too. So I will show a lot of points that I feel, that I think before my crown lengthening surgeries. After we wait the true time, we have this moment and we are prepared to create my new composite resin veneer. But to create my composite resin veneer, I need to remove this old composite, and I will show you how I do it with different materials to remove in one conservative way without removing enamel, okay? Because the enamel is very, very important if you want to see this composite in the mouth for a long time. The adhesive zone in enamel is very, very strong, so we need to use this in our favor. Never remove enamel when there is not necessity to do it. And in the end, find the end result, okay? In this case, doctor, if you're looking, you will see that the stratification is deeper than the first one. That's why now I will show you one very, very important for me, is one of the most strong points of my theoretical part of my course, that I will show you one different way to try to understand about color, the three dimensions of color, the hue, the chroma, and the value. I know it's very easy, seems very easy, but to be real, the most of the doctors don't understand well about this content. And it's very important to understand very well about the hue, color, understand that the hue is the color family, and with this color family, you will create the Vida shade colors, and you use the chroma too. What is the chroma? How you use the chroma is your favorite. When the chroma help me, when the chroma is not good, and how I can change this, how I can to read the chroma and the hue in my favor. Understand very, very well about this. You never will forget of my class about chroma, about hue. And the most important point, that's why we are arriving here now. Understand very well about value. If to understand about value, you need to understand how the lights works. So I will show you how the light works when touching one opaque surface, how the light will be reflected, and how many light will be absorbed, and how you see the colors with this comportment between lights, opacity, translucent, how the translucent will change the light reflection, how the opacity will change the light reflection, and how these points is the electric relationship with the value. So I know when everybody, when think in value, think in one great thing. But the people don't understand why we talking about great thing and how the light can increase or can decrease this gray color. And the idea in my course is show you one way to see better and understand better about this value. Why is gray? And why this gray element is increasing? How is decreasing the gray effect? So you will understand how use the light with opacity, translucent format, light reflection, absorbed light in your favor to create low value composite, high value composite, medium value composite, how the low opacity will impact in this, how high opacity will impact in this, how low lights will create one low light surface, how you will create one high light surface, or I will show you everything you need to understand how the lights works, how the lights work. That's why in my course, I will help you to create together with me one smart composite kit. The most of the doctors buy composite because there is one good brand. But the idea in my course is show you there is not one amazing brand that you can work in every case and do what you want just with one brand. I will show you how you need to understand the main and the good points of each brand, and some brand is good for one specific layer, but for another specific layer, you need to use different brands. So we will create together one smart composite kit. I will show you which kind of factories you need to think before buy your composite veneers. So we will create together one smart composite kit. Then I will show you which brands with which properties, which factories you need to see to buy and create your smart composite kit with enamel the same point, the same thing, and to translucent composite the same thing. And after this, after this course, you will buy exactly the composite you need, just not penetration in brands, but penetration in factories. So you be in front of you in your clinic, all composite resin veneer, you need to do every composite veneer case arrive in front of you. And we understand very well about each composite. You will be a specialist in composite resin veneer and use with one smart way this composite in your favor to create cases like this. Case is beautiful and natural, okay? And I will show you one, I will show you very fast now because I need to explain better, explain for you understand in my course how I use these deep points in my favor to create deep stratification, deep optical effects. In this case, I'm not using just 3 colors, I'm using a lot of more composite, and I will show how you use this using opacity, translucent, high reflection, light absorbed reflection in your flavor to create natural and beautiful composite case. Increase the contrast to see more the colors, and I will show you how you use this to begin. In this case, after that, remove the composite, create your crown lengthening, and finish your cases like this. With one amazing format, amazing stratification, amazing light reflection to be very natural for your patient. Working not just the color, but the color, the value, the form, texture, the shine, the translucence, the opalescence, the fluorescence, the light reflection, and everything together because the main point is the harmony. And with this, we will mimicry when you domain optical effects. We will mimicry using composite resin veneer in the same case, ceramics veneer in the same case, natural elements, and everything mimicrying like the same. For find this end result, we need to understand very well about everything. And I'll show you one very important part of my course, how we work your occlusal adjustment in different positions to find very easy one equilibrium between your occlusion, creating guides, anterior guides, canine guides, and again, showing how we change the smile when we use all information in our favor. So look the first line and the second line, how we change the smile, then how this new smile now is younger, is most beautiful, most equilibrated, and the end picture, you see how the second one show more happy. The feeling of smile is happiness. So I will show you how you use this in your favor to create it. Depends how you begin, but your end result will be all the time with these features, the important features that you need to pay attention when you are creating a new smile. To arrive one end picture like this. And to finish now my presentation, I would like to show one sentence that I like so much. And this sentence say that we need to learn the rules like a professional so you can break them like an artist. Was spoke from Pablo Picasso. And Pablo Picasso did exactly this, understand so well about the art that break a lot of points to create your own art. That's why Pablo Picasso is so different than normal artists. And this course want to do exactly the same with you all. Show you how you will understand the rules or can break some rules sometimes when you need to create your own art and domain this technique. Okay, guys, I believe I am the time. So Martina tell me I had 40 minutes and I work in 40 minutes like one Swiss clock. That's why I speak very fast. Sorry, because I don't speak fast in my course. I like to speak very easy to try to help you to understand more. Take your time to understand me better. But here, to show more things, I need to speak very, very fast. So sorry for that. But I hope you all can try to understand a little bit more about my course. And I show you here just about the theoretical part. Doctors, the most strong point of my course is my hands-on part. 2 days in hands-on. And I will get in your hand, definitely I will get in your hand to help you to improve your technique step by step. I like to help you in each step, to show you how get the instrument, how change your visual, to see elements, to see point in each step, to understand the rules that you need to follow, what you can to do, what you can to do. So in my hands-on, I have no doubt how you love it because it's very, very, very good. And you see how this course will change your life forever if you are one dentistry lover like me. So the idea is change your life. And I have no doubt that I will help you to change your life like we are helping a lot of students around the world for 5 years. So I hope you all can understand the main idea of this course, this very specific course about composite revenue. And I promise for you, this course will be not just one course for you, will be the course that will change your life in composite revenue. So thank you all for staying with us now at this time in Italy. Now in Brazil is one free day, is 4 o'clock, is not so far like you in your country, but for me was a big honor to stay here. So Martina, now is your, speak with me if you would like to.
Felipe, grazie mille per questa lezione. Devo dire che sei stato molto bravo a riassumere in così poco tempo. Cosa dirvi, ragazzi? Felipe ha detto una cosa giusta, che questo è un corso, in effetti sembra strano ad ascoltarlo, ma è un corso che vi cambia la vita. Io l'ho fatto la prima volta e devo dire che ha cambiato proprio il mio approccio all'estetica, ma non solo per la realizzazione delle faccette dirette in composito, ma proprio per quello che è la realizzazione di tutti i vostri restauri del settore anteriore, quindi come si comportano i compositi, come si comportano quando li stratifichiamo e come lucidarli, quindi che non è una banalità. Per me è stato molto importante nella gestione di tutti i casi estetici, quindi questa è la parte teorica che lui giustamente adesso ha spiegato. La bellezza di questi 3 giorni di corso è di poter esercitarsi con lui che ci corregge, quindi in tutti i vari passaggi fino ad arrivare al termine, sfiniti, ma con delle stratificazioni come quelle che avete visto nelle sue foto. E ci tiene a che ognuno debba terminare il corso con delle stratificazioni fatte in quel modo, per poter mettere poi subito in pratica, ecco. Quindi Felipe, ti ringrazio, spero che vi siate gustati, insomma, questo riassunto e questa lezione, e spero di vedervi presto da noi al corso che si terrà a Pordenone. Riceverete delle email con tutte le informazioni del corso da Lorella e dalla segreteria di Smile Mood per poter partecipare, ecco.
Thank you, Martina. Thank you all for coming with us and stay with us until now. And it will be my pleasure to stay again in Italy. And guys, one strong invitation now. Please call to Smile Mood right now. Test in WhatsApp and book your seat, your space for follow us in this amazing project that will help you. And I have no doubt about this. So I hope a lot see you all in one very near future. Bye-bye and thank you again.
Grazie a tutti,
Felipe.
ciao, ciao Felipe.